Welcome back, fellow word nerds! As you can clearly see, I've decided to do something different with this month's collection of dad jokes. As much as I love to use the adorable Bright Idea emotes I had commissioned, and I do, I'm more three-dimensional than that. Without further ado, let's get right into this month of daily dad jokes. I went to an eyeglass convention last week. It was a real spectacle. Just imagine an entire lobby filled with folks wearing all sorts of corrective and fashionable lenses. I made so many contacts. For real though, if this doesn't actually already exist, somebody with a clear vision has gotta make this a reality. With a focus on bringing together folks with different frames of perspective. Now that would be an eye-opening experience. I can't wait to give my childhood toys to my kids. It's a great way to pass on my legacy. I didn't grow up playing with them myself, but I do believe Lego is most certainly a great way to connect with people. Someday I hope to build something great with my future offspring, and encourage them to think outside the blocks. Hello there! Happy Star Wars Day and may the 4th be with you. If you're expecting peak comedy, these aren't the dad jokes you're looking for. Does an apple a day keep the doctor away? Only if you aim it well enough. Honestly, any projectile works if you aim it well enough. But seriously, medical care's hard enough to get as it is. So maybe let's not attack doctors with fruit and/or iPhones over it, huh? Once, my husband asked for chapstick, and I accidentally bought him a glue stick instead. He hasn't talked to me since. Talk about a tacky joke. Makes me think about how duct tape is like the Force. There's a light side and a dark side. Holds the universe together, it does. Why did the river have trouble remembering things? It was becoming senile. And if the river says anything like, "What, me forgetful? What are you talking about?" That would be D-Nile, which is a river in Egypt. Also, today is Cinco de Mayo, so for those celebrating, hope you have a feliz fiesta. Coincidentally, Mayo also happens to be a Rio in Mexico as well. So for those out in the water, hope nobody goes sinking in de Mayo. I had a great conversation with a dolphin the other day. We just clicked. One could say we got along swimmingly. I haven't actually been up close and personal with a dolphin before, but if I did, I'd probably flip out from excitement. Actually, I always thought dolphins would make pretty good assistant lifeguards, especially when it comes to resuscitation. That goes for porpoises as well. I tried to eat a waffle on a beach in Southern California. It was a San Diego. An actually funny dad joke, who'da thunk? The only thing that would make it better, is if the waffle went missing on a South Cali beach, and your friend Carmen is looking for it, and you say, "Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?" As funny as that addition is, I can't claim credit for it. I stole that joke surreptitiously. My son wants to get a porcupine that's lost all its quills as a pet. I think it's pointless. Needless to say, a spineless porcupine isn't all that sharp. That's not meant as a barbin anyway, just saying. I actually learned that porcupines hold the record for longest-lived rodents. In fact, the oldest one lived to be 33 years old. Eesh, I'm glad I'm not a porcupine, otherwise I'd be writing my last quill and testament. Dad, can we go to an Imagine Dragons concert? Tickets are $150. Wow, Imagining Dragons has gotten a lot more expensive since I was a kid. I'm actually impressed this calendar knows about contemporary music. Personally, when I listen to Imagine Dragons, I'm on top of the world, hey. They used to be quite active on the radio when they played Radioactive. I bet my life you've heard at least one of their hits. If nothing else, Imagine Dragons did the theme song for Arcane on Netflix. Double Pun Day Sunday, get 2 for the price of pun. How do you know when a tree doesn't know the answer to something? It shrubs. It might also go out on a limb. Not much else to add to that, so I'll leave it alone. I'll tell you what, nothing tops a plain hot dog. To be quite frank with you, calendar, that's a terrible joke for Mother's Day. Especially for vegan moms like mine. I was in a family call with her earlier. We relished getting the chance to catch up. That's all you get for now. Have have a puntastic weekend. Why do we only use protractors in geometry? Because amateur tractors aren't good enough. I'd have gone with a contractor myself, but that'd be a different angle. Better than an anti-tractor, that's for sure. I may not have a degree in geometry, but I do know a cute joke when I hear one. The electric company called me today to tell me my payment was outstanding. What a nice compliment. Trust me, as nice as it may sound, it's actually a pain in the rears. It really sucks when you take out a loan and the people you borrowed from never leave you alone. I'd like to think a gymnast has a much easier time saving money. After all, they do tend to have a terrific balance. My daughter thinks I don't give her enough privacy. At least that's what it said in her diary. Stop. Time for another PSA. Punny surprise advice, that is. Look, it's perfectly normal to wonder what your family or friends think about you. But it is inappropriate and unacceptable to invade their privacy to find out. Unless somebody literally gives you their diary to read or publishes it as a memoir, then it's a completely different story. Treat people and their boundaries with respect, and they'll only write good things about you, if at all. I swear, these kind of jokes should die a really quick death. What happened when Napoleon set off a bomb? Napoleon blown apart. I've heard of Napoleon Dynamite, but this is ridiculous. I'm not a history buff, but even I can tell you Napoleon Bonaparte didn't die in battle, but from a fatal illness. Still, historical accuracy isn't a prerequisite for dad jokes, so I'm not going to pieces over it. Historical figures like Napoleon can certainly be complex, but not too many actually have a complex named after them. I want to learn how to sew, but it's not as easy as it seems. Actually, I do know how to sew, thank you very much. I'm so good I've made my own plushes, but let's put a pin on that. Yep, self-taught through YouTube videos during the pandemic, so you could say I put myself through elementary school. It's been a while since I've done anything crafty, but with these videos I still keep people in stitches. Double pun day Sunday, you get 2 for the price of pun. People who rob banks or jewelry stores are pretty bad, but people who rob bakeries take the cake. Hey, the cakes must be pretty rich if people are out stealing them. Probably an easy heist. In other words, a piece of cake. What do you call a dissatisfied insect? A grumblebee. Aw, that's such a cute name to call somebody when they're cranky. Though, try not to bother them, or else you might get stung. Now, if you're a word nerd like me, you can call us punny bees. And I'd be queen of the hive. That's all you get for now, so have a puntastic weekend. The forecast said a huge rainstorm was finally going to hit the other day, but it passed us by. It was a missed opportunity. I don't know what the opposite of dry humor is, but this dad joke is definitely an example. Moist humor, maybe? Ugh. Some fun things to say if you get caught in a rainstorm. Shower you doing? Got damp. Oh, the humidity. Whether or not any of those landed for you, thanks for dropping in. Dad, I'm gonna take a shower. Okay, but make sure to bring it back. More fun things to say when somebody says they're taking a shower. Where are you taking it? Hopefully someplace nice. Ah, making a clean getaway. That reminds me, I've gotta catch up on my soaps. And finally, why don't you leave one once in a while? Leave a comment if you've got a shower joke to share. I just found a nickel on the ground, and I have a feeling I will find a penny later. It's my 6th sense. Most of this calendar's jokes are a dime a dozen, but today's dad joke is pretty good for a change. Find a couple more pennies and I'll give you my 2 cents. A penny for your thoughts? That's 9 cents. Can't believe we're in the 2nd quarter of the year already. Whew. I saw my ex-girlfriend on the other side of the gallery at the Museum of Natural History, but I decided not to say hi. There was too much history between us. Sheesh, wonder how ancient that history is. Amusing they should see him at the museum. It's a well-documented fact that how one feels about a relationship can be impacted by how it's framed. Guess they couldn't preserve what they had. If you liked those dad jokes, check out my entire collection on YouTube. It's well curated, if I do say so myself. What's Michelle Obama's favorite vegetable? Broccoli. Given her past advocacy for healthy eating and nutrition, I'd say that's pretty corny, but accurate. It's been almost a decade since Mr. Obama's last term, and I still hold him in great esteem. Funny enough, I just started listening to Michelle's fresh new podcast, IMO. In my opinion, she and her brother Craig are like two peas in a pod. Cast. Between you and me, if this somehow got the attention of the former First Lady, that would be plantastic. Double pun day Sunday, you get two for the price of pun. What did the mama cow say to the baby cow? It's past your bedtime. Aw, Mom, do I have to? You heard me. Okay, geez, don't have a cow. Too late. Utter hilarity. I could keep going for heifer, but on to the next joke. The older I get, the more I've been thinking about the people I've lost along the way. Maybe a career as a tour guide was the wrong choice. Geez, talk about misdirection. Maybe the tourists are more interested in playing guide and seek? That's all you get for now, so have a puntastic weekend. I finally decided to start an herb garden. It was about time. It's a big deal growing your own herbs, though it's easier said than done. Believe me when I say it's a good investment. Also, today's Memorial Day. Hard to make jokes about a serious holiday, so no surprise this calendar gave us something that's more down to earth. Take it easy and enjoy your Monday. What do you get if you cross a mountain and a baby? A cry for Alp. This calendar's got quite the range of dad jokes. Some really rock, others just trail off. And these are the kind of puns that just plateau. You know what would be hilarious though, is if babies who grew up on mountains especially enjoyed playing peekaboo. I hate my job as a taxi driver. People are always talking behind my back. Hey, it's at least better than talking over your head. Then again, if the taxi has a sunroof, what am I driving at here? Point is, if you hate your job, don't take it out on the passengers. That's simply not fair. I used to have a conspiracy theory about two single beds, but it was debunked. Now hold on, tell me more. What's the conspiracy? Was there a fabrication? A cover-up? Were the beds actually single? Did they get framed for something? Was there a kidnapping on one or both of the beds? Okay, I'll give it a rest. Goodness knows we've got enough shit to deal with as it is. I work as a tester for a blanket company. I'm an undercover agent. Just throwing it out there, but what if they're not just an undercover agent, but a sleeper agent? Do they have a license to quilt? Am I getting warmer? Do they test on all blankets? Linen, cotton, electric? What about picnic blankets? Maybe I should put these silly ideas to bed. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found all these dad jokes as amusing as I do. As you may have noticed, I've decided to leave the last of May/1st of June video out of this month's compilation and wait until June to include it. Hopefully it hasn't weakened the overall effect. On a different note, I've realized one of the reasons why my longer videos take me longer to make. Up to this point, I've honestly made editing these videos more complicated than they had to be. I still enjoy using cartoon me to represent myself, but over the last few months, I've gotten more and more comfortable entertaining viewers as my real self. And it's a lot less time intensive to film myself over the phone than it is to use the admittedly limited animation style I've gotten used to over the past decade. Let me know what you think of the new format. Do you like it, or should I bring back the old Bright Idea animated emote style? Which jokes made you laugh? Which ones made you groan? Whatever you'd like to tell me, leave it in the comments. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more, wait for it, bright ideas. Until next time, see you later. Let me know what you think of which jokes were your favorites? What do you think which jokes were your favorite? Which made you super groan? And also be sure to hit that subscribe button.